What's going on, good people? This is Smitty, and I am back on the Sim Standard scene. Um, as I've said on my own channel, as far as what's been going on and what have you, that's basically what's been up with me. But now, on this video, coming back into the groove of everything, this is basically just going to be delivering just the facts right here. And this is going to be based off of the three main statements, main slogans that EA has used over their past three games, and honestly, which games truly do represent these slogans the best. Now, first game we're talking about is Madden 10, which the tagline for that was "the fight for every yard." Now that was a game where they introduced the Pro Tax system, which was, at its best, it was a broken system. It was not very well implemented. While it was a good idea on paper, but it was not implemented into the game very well. So so therefore you had a lot of inaccurate moments happen in the game due to that. Now, what game honestly represents the fight for every yard the best? And that is Backbreaker. And in this example here, shout out to Nef1 for this example that he had done. You can see as a player goes down, you see how the ball carrier reaches out for that extra yard. You know what I mean? That this is a perfect example, and there are countless examples all over YouTube. This is what the fight for every yard honestly is. This is what the fight for every yard really brings forth. You know what I'm saying? The fight for every yard on offense to gain that yard, and the fight on defense to prevent that yard. It's best represented in its real-time physical form by way of the Euphoria technology. Backbreaker has it done the best, no question. You know. Now, this next game example was from Madden 11, where they said what you see on Sunday. Now, which game, which football game honestly represents the best what you see on Sunday? As far as the gameplay, as far as what you see on Sunday when you snap that ball between the hash marks, what game does it best? It's All Pro Football 2K8, no question. It represents the offense and defensive line struggle better than any football game out there. It has the best wide receiver, cornerback, interactions. Zone coverage interactivity is accurately depicted for the most part. I mean, yes, it is flawed, and it has its flawed moments as well, just like any other game would. But it gives you a lot of that true one-to-one interactivity, what you would see on a football field fundamentally on Sunday, like players being passed off in between zones and things of that nature that they have in Madden and NCAA 12 this year. They had it back then in 2007 in All Pro Football. It was already in their game. But on top of it, there's without question that you get the best immersive, true simulated football gameplay experience in its lifelike form in All Pro Football 2K8, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And just to let people understand, this has nothing to do with, oh, you're a 2K lover and all that. It has nothing to do with that. This is everything to do with just stating the facts. Like I said, this is all factual right here. This has nothing to do with being opinionated. This is just fact. Just so if Madden's gameplay is superior across the board, by all means put up a video response showing such. Plain and simple, because there are countless videos on the Sim Standard that showcase factually that 2K has better fundamentals in football. So by all means, just show it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not disrespecting anyone. This is just stating facts. So now, lastly, true to the game. is the theme for this upcoming Madden 12 game. Now, we all know the game isn't out yet. The demo is supposed to be dropping soon, but we haven't played the game yet. But what game, and we can already say, what game truly represents the fight for, I mean, excuse me, not fight for every art, but what game truly depicts being completely true to the game? It's NBA 2K11. Now, first, I know people saying, wait a minute, we're talking about football when you bringing up basketball. Well, the reason why I bring up NBA 2K is because not only does it simulate the sport of basketball in great fashion, but at the same time, it also represents the authenticity of the players that represent the game. Meaning that you can distinguish the differences between Allen Iverson from the way he shoots the ball, handles the ball, takes contact on layups, driving to the hole, or the type of layup that he would do in comparison to Michael Jordan in those same aspects, compared to Derrick Rose, compared to LeBron James, even as far as comparing to a player like John Wall or Sonny Weems or J.R. Smith, the way that he shoots the ball. You know what I'm saying? The style that he has. Him showing off his swagger. You know what I mean? To the recently retired Yao Ming. I mean, the way that he plays in the post compared to Kevin Garnett playing in the post. Even lower tier players like even Darko Milicic or what have you, or talking about other players that are average middle of the road players like like Amir Johnson or DeMar DeRozan or Rodney Stuckey, even, you know what I'm saying, or the way Rip Hamilton plays, the way that the way he shoots the ball coming off screens, like the one-to-one accuracy in the game is scary. How these guys have done it in 2K, in 2K basketball. And this is the other point as well. You look at this game and you can just put it CPU versus CPU, and you can see the interactivity, how the game is accurately depicted. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it and say, you would honestly think that a telecast is on. Like, I have multiple times while I'm playing the game, and, I have friends or what have you that'll come through and they see it, and they thinking that the game is on, for real. From a distance, they think that the game is on, but then they see me, I have to tell them, like, no, I'm just playing a game, because the accuracy of the portrayal is practically, 1-to-1. And that's what EA said in their promotion. They said true to Revis Island. Well, they said true to Revis Island, true to Reggie Bush, true to Clay Matthews, true to Sam Bradford, true to Marshall Faulk. Is it that they're being true to just those marquee superstars, or are they being true 100% all the way around? Because you look in their trailer and you see players on offense and defense share the exact same animation. You see but you'll see power running backs and agile backs share the exact same one-to-one animations. And you know what I'm saying? And that should not be the case for the majority, especially when you're promoting the game. That shouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? And that's to support what Moody had shown in his last video in regards to that point. It's very like showing the different throwing motions, how it would differentiate between two different quarterbacks in comparison to the different running styles for halfbacks, the way they run the ball, to how they would take contact, like how they bounce off the contact, is played off differently. you know but I want to end the video on this point, and this is regarding the Madden 12 as well as NBA 2K12 here. Now, you see how this is what we talk about when we're saying the authenticity, the gameplay authenticity. EA, with their title, are only adding a little over, well, as far as we know, from what they said, they're adding, and this is what they stated, and this is in regards to their collision system or what have you, because that's what they promoted was the whole tackling and everything. But they basically said that they added over 100 new tackle animations, including 40 gang tackles. So they have 140 plus tackle animations. Okay, now a lot of us have seen how the tackles already have played out. We already see how the players play, how they take contact and all that stuff. NCAA 12 is a good measuring stick. You know what I'm saying, in terms of the tackles we've seen. But the problem with that is you already see a lot of repetitive animations already happening. We've seen that just from the demo footage at E3. You know what I'm saying? A lot of repetitiveness of the animations already, not too much variety, even though it is a step in the right direction. But as we look at NBA 2K12, these guys have went as far as the gameplay mechanics from what they've released so far. They said basically NBA 2K12 said they're adding 1,000 plus new animations this year and delivers all new control mechanics for post play and ball control to make the game more intuitive to play, than before. Than ever before. Excuse me. To make the game more intuitive to play than ever before. Sorry, I stumbled over the words a bit there. Sorry about that. But the point is that these guys are adding over 1,000 animations to just in terms of the gameplay respect alone, in comparison to EA just having 100 plus. Now, of course, EA is just saying in terms of tackling, so that's good. But the thing is, how many other animations are we really going to see in the game? Like, what have we seen as far as their gameplay that has truly reflected, the great variation in animations? Like, can we honestly say from the gameplay that EA added over 1,000 new animations from the gameplay? Honestly, I doubt that. I doubt that. Just from looking at gameplay alone. You know what I'm saying? Now, did they add some new animations? Yeah, but not to that degree. Not to the pedigree of as far as reflecting true gameplay. Because you see the individuality. So is EA truly gonna be true to the game like they promote, in comparison to like what you would see in terms of 2K11, let alone 2K12? That's the question. Now, I'm pretty sure we can answer that by saying no, it's not. It may play true to some superstar players, but it's not going to play true in full to simulating the sport. So, bottom line is, until that does happen, EA has a nice little ways to go before honestly becoming true to the game. Because all pro football can give you better variation, better interactivity of true one-to-one player depiction, even with generically rated players in their game. And that should be something that should be shameful on EA's behalf, because they should be better than that, but especially by now. So, on that note, sorry to go on this long, but I just wanted to get out a nice amount of information from what I've been seeing, and also give my own viewpoint here. So, this is your boy Smitty, and I'm back, and I shall holla at y'all later. Peace.